all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in our newsrooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Introducing the Smart Kicker from iConnect, the most affordable smartphone on the market. With a follow focus capable 2-megapixel camera, you can't miss out on any of the action. Over 400 hours of standby battery time and 32 gig external memory. That's more than enough space for all your series, music, pics, apps and games. Get yours today from iConnect for a limited offer of only 499 kwacha, including 300 MB iSpot internet from iConnect. The Smart Kicker, available at iConnect. iConnect, make it happen.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Air Jungle.
Thank you so much for making your time with us and welcome to Prime TV's main news. To begin, we look at the headlines. MMD accepts a piecemeal amendments to the Constitution. Grand Coalition rejects referendum alongside 2016 elections. Kwacha depreciating faster than other African currencies, notes Bose. And in foreign news, thousands catch glimpse of rare solar eclipse. These and other interesting stories coming up. With the presentation of the news, my name is Daniel Tonga. The roadworks on Lusaka's Chilumburu Road have resumed amid concerns from locals over the slow pace at which the works are progressing on the L400 project. A check by Prime TV on the project found AVIC contractors grading and filling up the side of the road that was partially worked on before the rainy season. And residents in the area have commended government for its continued projects, but have called for serious supervision if the project is to be completed within schedule. Martha Namanje brings us more in the following report.
The roadworks on Lusaka's Chilumburu Road has resumed. The project that had stalled for 3 months raised fears among the locals that the contractor on site, AVIC International, had abandoned the project. This prompted Lusaka Province Minister Obvious Mwaliteta to challenge AVIC International to subcontract local contractors if it had failed to complete the works. But 10 days later, the contractor AVIC International has moved on site and works on the road are progressing steadily. Residents in the area have called for patience among motorists and have expressed confidence that the road will be complete within schedule.
Apatoa mvua bwino sana pamoja ndako bachirodi yesu baretupangira ko buteko bwesu obo twasalire so bwafikirisha obulayo bwali tobera tirodi yaraba ukuyo kutureni nokuyo kutureni bamba no kupanga fyachitika ife barepanga no kupanga manje
ngobankani ya miseu tukona boma itazanziru kwambiri monga PF agira chito kwambiri miseu magari moto yoto ya maunongeka kwambiri masivi mabojoint nali unongeka kwambiri pakali palo ndisoko ndo kwambiri kuti ai miseu ya kalabwino congestion izaje pako.
The backbone of trade is transport. So if we have better roads, you discover that even our vehicles they will require less for their maintenance, and as a result we'll live a better life. And I'm glad that the exercise still continued, but at the end of it all there must be an inspection to see to it that the stated period of this road or the lifespan is adhered to.
AVIC International says the project is on course and will be complete in 3 months, but has called for security measures to be put in place as to stop motorists, especially bus drivers, from using the unfinished road.
The last year is the holiday. Even it's raining, we can't do it. So we stop. Then this year we started. No.
The challenges which we are facing is more especially the motorists, bus drivers. They're giving us a lot of problems. Yeah, you have to constructing, then they take away the barrier gates, they do whatever they do. More especially that side, they've damaged our pavement there.
Chilumburu Road is part of the L400 project launched by the PF government on 16th August 2013 at a cost of $348.8 million, and once completed will lessen congestion. Martha Namanje, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
Thank you very much, Martha, for that report. Bank of Zambia, BOZ, says Zambia's trade deficit on the international market is one of the many reasons why the kwacha is performing badly against other major currencies. BOZ Governor Danny Kalialia says since few people are buying goods from Zambia, no one outside the country has any use for the local currency. Dr. Kalialia has also reiterated other experts' view that the kwacha's fall is as a result of the standoff between government and mining companies. He explains that it is clear that stakeholders in the mining sector are holding on to their resources as they are not in good standing with the government. The newly appointed BOZ governor said this at his first media briefing in Lusaka. And Dr. Kalialia says the Zambian currency has been depreciating much faster than other currencies facing similar challenges in Africa.
For a long time now, the debate in Zambia has been centered on the continued fall of the Zambian currency, the kwacha. It is undoubtedly that this trend has continued to pose a great danger to the country's economy as goods are seen going up without any control. Pressure is now on government to ensure that the situation is corrected as soon as possible before the situation completely gets out of hand. The central bank, on the other hand, is equally monitoring the situation that outlines the reasons leading to this downward trend in our local currency.
We do have issues of the monetary policy anxiety, inflation, interest rates, and credit growth. Now, you have heard, I think, the story before in inflation, why it matters. Inflation, I'll show you a graph, it has been coming down from 2009.
Dr. Dan Kalyalia has stated that the sure way of reviving the kwacha is through increasing exports, unlike depending on copper, which has been the country's main export earner.
One important indicator is copper, because that's the single major commodity which gets us foreign exchange into the country. We get also foreign exchange from what we call non-traditional exports. But if you look the size of non-traditional exports versus the amount of copper exports, there's still a big gap.
As of Friday, the kwacha had lost direction as it was now trading between 7.8 and 7.9 at bureaus and commercial banks. Dr. Kalyalia cited the recent fuel shortage as one of the reasons why the kwacha failed to gain ground against the US dollar, as most people were engaged in panic buying.
Kwacha has depreciated faster than many of these other currencies which were. I think for us, the kwacha year-to-date depreciation is about close to 19%, whereas others, their currencies are depreciated but at a slower rate.
Kalan Mchima reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
Thank you, Mchima, for that interesting report. Movement for Multi-Party Democracy, MMD, has welcomed the idea of piecemeal amendments to the Constitution. MMD President Dr. Nevas Mumba says this is the only realistic way of having a better constitution. He says taking the route of a national referendum is not possible looking at the period remaining before the 2016 general elections. Dr. Mumba further says government's move for piecemeal amendments is also welcome because it will help to reduce on costs. Government, through Justice Minister Ngosa Simbiakula, in his ministerial statement to Parliament, proposed that contentious clauses such as the presidential running mate and 50% plus one be passed through Parliament. Mr. Simbiakula also hinted a national referendum will be held side by side with the 2016 general elections.
Given the time that is left before the 2016 election, it is totally impractical to get the constitution in place in the manner that it would reflect the seriousness and also the accuracy that the Zambians have been pushing for. We do not think that it's an easy feat to organize a referendum within the next number of months, which is supposed to be preceded by a census that is also supposed to take a long time. And just from the point of being practical and the fact that MMD has been in government before, we do understand logistical constraints that could before us. It's for that reason that we did propose that those pieces of legislation that can be put in place before the actual constitution, things like 50% plus one, then also the running mate clause, if those could be processed through Parliament, I think that would have one piece of bread instead of having none at all.
Lusaka's Rockfield area has started receiving water after a connection of a 10-kilometer water line with 348 houses connected. Lusaka Water and Storage Company Public Relations Manager Topsisi Kalinda says over 3,200 people did not have access to safe and clean drinking water due to the rocky nature of the area. Mr. Skalinda says the entire project includes laying off a 19.7-kilometer water network and installations of 400 domestic water meters at a cost of 4.5 million kwacha. He says the utility company has so far excavated over 13.5-kilometer water network, adding that 10.0-kilometer water pipes have been secured. Mr. Skalinda says the major obstacle of the works is the rocks in the area, which have hampered the rapid progress of the project. Following 2 weeks of countrywide fuel shortage, the fuel situation in the country is slowly coming to normal. In a roundup check by Prime TV News, found most filling stations in Lusaka with fuel, but some selected still lacking the commodity. Some motorists have expressed concern over the slow pace at which fuel is coming to filling stations. Gloria Mumba brings us this report.
Normal business is beginning to resume in Lusaka and some parts of the country following restocking of fuel. A check by Prime TV found a relevant number of vehicles refueling at some selected filling stations in Lusaka. And many have asked government to ensure that fuel is enough to cater for many days.
Fuel, how can fuel be shortage in country? The reason why we have fuel shortage of fuel is because of these same foreigners. Once a president is into power, he's giving respect to people that he knows, not to people that he doesn't know.
Timafunika mafuta alipafupi kuma mafuta sana churuke yayi kuma bomba unaona ti mafuta haliko kuma mafuta sana churuke watu pempa kwa bomba kutai kikunziru kwa mbili tufuna mafuta mbili voices ma taxi drivers papo sitinga pite mafuta metifuna.
With the new development, the shortage of fuel which gripped most parts of the country seems to be under control. Many long queues that were seen in many filling stations are no longer there, but there are fears that the prices of fuel might go up because the present supply is not adequate. Gloria Mumba, Prime TV News in Lusaka.
The country had seen a critical shortage of fuel, prompting President Edgar Lungu instructing Energy and Mines Minister to probe what caused the commodity to be out of stock. We are now taking our first break. Stay with us if you can for other interesting stories coming up.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
What's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Stinky Fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Welcome back, and now other local stories. The Grand Coalition has rejected the pronouncements by government to hold the constitutional referendum alongside the 2016 general elections. Grand Coalition spokesperson McDonald Chipenzi, he says it is sad that government has not asked Zambians or the donor community to support the holding of the referendum by mobilizing the required resources. He adds that the Grand Coalition has, however, noted the positive step by government to propose to amend Section 3 of the Referendum Act of 1969 so that it is in line with the Constitution provision in Article 79. Mr. Chipenzi was speaking during a press briefing in Lusaka. And Mr. Chipenzi says the argument that the referendum will be expensive to hold as a stand-alone event does not hold water. He argues that if a national referendum is held alongside the tripartite elections, the new constitution will be in effect after the 2016 general elections.
The argument that the referendum would be expensive to hold as a stand-alone event because it would require a full or sample population census cannot hold water at this point. Is government then saying that when a referendum is held alongside the tripartite elections in 2016, no census of population will be required? Especially that it is common knowledge, all of us know, that the national census of population and housing will be due in 2020. So what is government going to do in 2016 that it cannot do now in terms of negotiating the aspect of holding a census?
Now, ZESCO Limited has called on residents in Garden area to ensure they have proper documentation to apply for electricity connection. ZESCO spokesperson Henry Kapata says there has been a problem when issuing permits because people in Garden area are under Kafue District Council. Mr. Kapata adds that until the council approves the plan, it is only then that ZESCO can move in and connect people to power. He has since urged people in Garden House giving plots to ensure that people in the area set up structures on right places. Mr. Kapata says a grace period of 90 days is always given before power can be connected to houses.
When you reach Garden House, that is the end of Lusaka, the other side is under Kafue District Council. And so once we get those approved plans from Kafue District Council, then we should be able to give them a grace period of about 90 days before we connect them to the national grid. The problem is that when we give power to people that have put structures at premises that are not recognized by local authorities, when it comes to demolitions, we are normally having problems with our friends, the local authorities. So we want to urge our friends who have put up structures there to put their house in order. What we mean is that let them have all the required documents, approved plans, not from individuals, but from the local authorities, councils. Then when we have a look at those plans, we should be able to give them power. We may take long, but as long as they have got approved plans from the councils, then we should be able to give them power. We have situations where the gentleman called Mr. Kasonka has been giving people plots, and then the next thing they want power. We can give power that way. And we have summoned him several times, suggesting that if he's in that business, he must be able to work in collaboration with the local authorities. That
Samsung Electronics Zambia Limited will be launching a Samsung Galaxy S6 next month at 20th April 2015. Samsung's redefined smartphone, the Galaxy S6 Edge, creates a new standard for design, craftsmanship and performance with the most advanced Samsung technology. And Samsung Zambia Managing Director James Yu, who highlighted the technological breakthrough, said the phone has many special facilities. We are now going for our second break. Join us for other interesting stories when we return.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Welcome back, and now in foreign news. Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan has said he hopes that all territory seized by Islamic militants Boko Haram will be retaken within a month. But he admitted the security forces had been slow to respond to the insurgents' initial advance in northeast Nigeria. Nigeria's army has recently claimed a series of victories over the militants. The violence has killed more than 15,500 people since 2012. Millions of people in the UK and Northern Europe have glimpsed the best solar eclipse in years. A great swath of the Earth's surface was plunged into darkness as the moon came between people and the sun. The deep shadow formed first in the North Atlantic and then swept up into the Arctic, ending at the North Pole. People keen to catch a glimpse of the rare phenomenon were advised not to look directly at it. A partial eclipse of varying degrees was visible across most of Europe, Northern Africa, Central Asia, and the Middle East. For these and other stories, we monitored Al Jazeera in the following reports.
Have begun in Morocco. The aim is to broker a deal between the UN-recognized Tobruk government and a rival government based in Tripoli.
This should be a decisive moment because we are, as I said before in previous meetings, running out of time. You know that in the last days we have seen more fighting, we have seen airstrikes, we have seen more actions by Daesh. Not only in Libya but also in the region.
The Tunisian government says the two gunmen behind Wednesday's museum attack were trained at a camp in Libya. People in the capital Tunis have been protesting against the assaults in which 21 people were killed. Talks on Iran's nuclear program have been adjourned in the Swiss city of Lausanne. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry and his Iranian counterpart Mohammad Javad Zarif have held days of tough negotiations. They're trying to reach a deal by the end of March. Around 2.5 million people in Sierra Leone are to be confined to their homes in an effort to stop the spread of Ebola. The shutdown will last 3 days and will cover the capital Freetown and areas in the north. Thousands of families who've been forced to flee a military offensive in northern Pakistan are starting to return home. For the next few months, they will be going back to South Waziristan, Khyber and North Waziristan tribal regions. Pakistan's army has been waging a campaign against the Taliban in those areas since June of last year. Football's world governing body FIFA says the 2022 World Cup final in Qatar will be played in December. Extreme temperatures during Qatar's summer months meant there were concerns about holding the tournament during the traditional period of June and July. And tourists have flocked to Svalbard off Norway and the Faroe Islands to witness a total solar eclipse. It's just the 10th time this has happened in the 21st century.
Welcome back, and now finally in sports. The Zambia senior national soccer team will convene on Sunday, the 22nd of March, to begin preparations for the friendly match against Luanda. The match will be played at Heroes National Stadium in Lusaka on the 29th of March 2015. Team coach Hona Janza has called a 20-man squad that has 5 lads from the under-20 that recently retained from the Senegal 2015 Africa Youth Championship. 7 members of the squad called are in Nigeria with the under-23 and are expected to join the Chipolopolo camp upon arrival next week. Luanda is an emerging football powerhouse in Africa, and the match is expected to be a worthwhile cause for the Chipolopolo. And as we conclude the news, we take a look at what made the headlines. MMD accepts piecemeal amendments to the Constitution. Grand Coalition rejects referendum alongside 2016 elections. Kwacha depreciating faster than other African currencies, notes Bank of Zambia. And in foreign news, thousands catch glimpse of rare solar eclipse. And that's just about what we had on the news. Thank you so much for your time. And on behalf of the entire production crew, this has been Daniel Tonga, and bye-bye for now.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real, cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. ZESCO, powering the nation.